Hello, hello, my amazing, beautiful listeners. How are you? Thanks for choosing to spend your time with me. And thank you for those who do leave reviews, who send me letters, ask questions. I love knowing that we are not alone in our experience. And even though there are so many differences in our stories, betrayal, trauma, abuse, and divorce is undescribable. And there's just often not the right or enough words to describe what you've been through, what you're going through, what you feel, what you felt that has now become part of your human experience. I love the women in my divorce support group who oftentimes will just show up raw, vulnerable, hurting, and the other ladies just get it. No one needs to even ask what's wrong, they just get it. That kind of support is vital in this healing journey. There can be friends and family that support and believe your experience, but when you find others who have also lived it and are living it, it supports the inside parts that often don't quite know how to explain what's going on or happening. I would love to have you join the support group and feel the inside support that will help you heal. I do have a Wednesday evening group open. I would also love to hear if other times might work for you. And if there's enough that want that particular time, then I can consider opening that spot up. I know finding time to do some of these programs or support groups can be challenging as a single mom. You are what's holding everything up and everyone together in your home. Keeping your foundation strong is vital. And maybe even that thought right there feels really impossible or uncomfortable, right? Like you put you first, or that you can choose to make time for you and nothing will completely fall apart like your brain wants you to believe. How do you believe in something new when for so long you believed the opposite? And those thoughts feel very true, right? My question to you today is first, are you aware of the results that those limiting beliefs, those thoughts are giving you? Like perhaps I can't put myself first. I don't have time for me. I have to put everybody else first. What are the results that you're getting from that? And do you like those results? Are those results sustainable? For example, a thought that I have believed for as long as I can remember is that I can't stop and rest. It's a waste of time, means you're lazy. When I think that, it leads to feelings, which leads to actions, which gives me the results in my life. And those results of that thought of I can't stop and I can't rest feels painful, leaves me feeling anxious, leaves me feeling self judgment, leaves me feeling even resentful when I see other people resting and I'm not. And so, what do? I don't stop. Or if I'm forcing myself to stop, I'm not present. I'm not in the moment of that rest with the people that I might be resting with. My brain is somewhere else. When I was working on a new belief with my coach years ago on this, because I didn't like the result, I wanted to be present when I rested, that when I did stop, I could just be. I could just be without feeling guilt or shame or self-judgment or lazy. I wanted to believe something new, but I was finding myself struggling with that new belief. Every time I would think, Amy, you can rest. Amy, you can stop. It's okay, my brain would offer me things like, "Yeah, others can, but you can't." Or, why are you trying this? You're never going to actually do this. You're gonna regret it after. What are we doing here?" Can you relate? I wanted to not only think something different, but believe something different. I wanted to believe that I could just rest. And it doesn't mean anything about me intrinsically, like I'm not less in some way or not enough. I wanted to believe something new. I wanted my result to be different, which means I had to believe something different. A big reason why affirmations don't work. Me walking around the house going, I can rest, I can stop, I can rest, I can stop. It didn't work, it didn't help. And the reason why is because a fun little term called cognitive dissonance. It's this space that comes when the thoughts don't line up with the result. So here I am thinking and thinking and thinking, I can rest, I can rest, I can rest. And I'm not totally feeling the truth of that new thought in my body, right? So I'm not really feeling connected to that thought just yet. Then that might result in me sitting down in the backyard thinking, I can rest, I can rest. And then maybe 10 minutes, I find myself pulling weeds. And that's because my brain is still hardwired to tell me that I can't rest. The result, it didn't line up. Here I am going out to the backyard thinking I can rest, I can rest, I can rest, but I walked away with a different result. What happens is like I it reinforces that limiting belief. And now I'm walking back into the house going, see, can't rest. But what we're missing here is holding space for this cognitive dissonance. I want you to know that it's not because you're doing something wrong and that it's totally okay. This is part of the rewiring, part of believing something new. What I'm offering you to consider is how to make cognitive dissonance work for you. And I think the first step is recognizing when this is happening and then dropping all of that self judgment or shame. Don't beat yourself up when you are trying to believe something new and you don't see the results of that new belief yet. And then you think you're doing something wrong or that it's a wrong belief. So then you self doubt when it feels too hard to believe something new. If it was easy, if it was just easy to believe something new, I don't think we would really believe ourselves. The new belief that I have worked so hard, like really hard, to believe that I can rest. And that it doesn't mean that I'm lazy or something's wrong with me or I'm not a hard worker, whatever that is. I've worked so hard and I am so not doubting myself in those beliefs anymore. They're cellular at this point, hardwired in my brain, body, and heart. That took work. That took hard work. But the result of that is that I allow myself to stop and rest. And I am present in the moment more than ever when I do that now. Let's just take a deep breath and let's own the hard. Let's own the hard that goes along with believing something new. Let's make the hard mean that it's worth it, that it's supposed to be hard. Our brain wants so badly to be right. And it's uncomfortable when you tell it to believe something new. Your brain's like, wait a second. I cannot think this. Who do you think you are? You're crazy. We've never thought this before. How dare you think that you can just rest without consequences, right? This lag time in your new thinking of the new thought is part of the journey towards believing something new. While evidence of this starts to build up and support the new thought, you keep practicing. Don't give up. Don't stop believing. It's uncomfortable. Yes. Let yourself be uncomfortable. That's okay too. This is where, again, we remind ourselves that it's worth it. This hard doesn't mean wrong or bad. This hard means we are doing a hard rewire in the brain. And no one dies from feeling uncomfortable. I mean, perhaps avoiding feeling uncomfortable with chronic pain and illness, yes, but when you're feeling it, you're not going to actually die. And as you spend more time with this new thought, I want to encourage you to celebrate the times that you do see the slightest bit of new evidence, the slightest bit of a new result from thinking that new thought. This is going to create new neural pathways in the brain. It creates a memory that lets the brain now know, hey, you can access this thought because you've not only just thought it, you've started to feel it in your body and you have acted in a way that supports this new thought. And now you're acknowledging the results of this new thought. This is holistic healing and believing. When you are having a hard time believing that you could ever work outside the home or that you will ever be able to date again, or maybe you're believing that you're broken, that you're not worthy to find love again, or that you're too damaged now, you're not enough. No one's going to want to be with you. You're going to be alone forever. Perhaps you believe that others can have happy, but you chose wrong. And so now you have to live with the consequences of other people's choices forever. You don't have to believe any of those thoughts. I want you to know that you, who you are, is not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are not your brain. Who you are is 100% of worth and value. You are not intrinsically broken. The you is lovable no matter what. Nothing you have experienced has changed that inherent truth. You can believe something new, but it means you have to make space for that cognitive dissonance, to make space for the lag time that your humanness needs in order to believe something new on that cellular level. Many of your beliefs are limiting you from moving forward. limiting you from accomplishing goals, limiting you from being the creator in your life, limiting you from being the chooser and accessing agency. So you want to see what those limiting beliefs are. This is what I'm really good at helping you to do. And when you're practicing to believe something new, that's when those limiting beliefs are going to start screaming in your head. When you are feeling self doubt, what are those limiting beliefs behind that feeling? When you are feeling fear about your future, what are the limiting beliefs that are creating emotions of fear? When you're feeling lonely, what are those limiting beliefs that are creating the feeling of lonely? Now you can see how those beliefs possibly are not serving you. They limit your progress. But thinking something new, like I won't be lonely because I will fill my life up with people who I choose to be around and build me up and I can impact for good. That's a beautiful new thought and belief, but you don't have evidence of that result yet, right? Rather than quitting or doubting yourself, I want you to make space for that cognitive dissonance. You can believe this new thought all you want, even without the evidence yet. My coach told me, Amy, there's no thought police. You can believe whatever you want. And I loved that because I kept telling her, oh, I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I can't rest without consequence. I can't believe that I'm enough just as I am. I can't believe that all parts of me are good. I don't feel the result of that yet. There's no thought police. You can believe whatever you want. I never believed that I could have a job that allowed me to be with my kids as much as possible and make money to support them. I had hoped that my ex would continue to support his children, but I was trying to be prepared for the worst, and the worst happened. And my limiting belief was I haven't worked outside my home in 16 years. I can't find a job. No one's going to hire me. A lot of cognitive dissonance there. And I kept looking, kept searching, kept practicing. Well, I got one house cleaning job. I was so excited and I saw the result. Oh my gosh, I actually have a job. I can do something. I'm making some money. Then the limiting belief was you can only have one cleaning job because you'll never be able to get more. That was just luck that you got that one job. Again, lots of cognitive dissonance. And I kept looking for more opportunities while practicing to believe that I could. So I walked door to door with homemade flyers in neighborhoods, talking to people and introducing myself. And I got more houses. I was so excited. I started to see result from that new belief of I could get more work. I closed the lag time, that gap time of the cognitive dissonance. Well, I wanted to grow my business even more so that I could be even more financially independent. Of course, my brain offered me limiting beliefs. You're not a businesswoman, never have been. What do you think you're doing here? You can't possibly land an entire apartment complex and clean it. You're crazy. Lots of cognitive dissonance there because the belief seemed impossible without any evidence. Certainly, I had no evidence prior to pull from, say, well, I've done that before. Never done that before. So, lots of cognitive dissonance here, lots of lag time between believing that I could do this thing and actually seeing any results of that. Nevertheless, I kept practicing to believe that I am capable and that I could make it work and that I could do it. Not only did I get the entire apartment complex that I lived at, but I got 7 more. Notice how my brain never, ever got on board with my new belief. That's what brains do. But I don't believe everything my brain tells me anymore. I have to be the chooser of my thoughts and beliefs, and so do you. I can also believe that what others think and feel about me is none of my business. I can also think that when others make choices that impact me in a way that is not okay with me, that I can believe that it's hurtful, abusive, it's downright shitty. I get to believe that I'm the chooser in my life, that I create the results, that with so much that I can't control in this life as a human, what I can control, what I do have agency over, trumps everything that I can't control. And I can control my thoughts and my feelings and my actions. That's in my control bubble. You don't have to think thoughts that were offered to you, thoughts that you were told to think or believe. You can choose. No, You are designed to choose. One last key element that I will mention today is the power of people, your people, those that believe in you, support you, and want you to achieve your goals in life, those who can validate, acknowledge, and encourage you along the way. When that lag of cognitive dissonance starts to feel like it's lagging on a little too long and you want to give up or you want to start self-doubting or you want to think that there's no way I can believe this, I shouldn't believe this, I'm wrong in believing this. Your people need to help you endure that lag time of cognitive dissonance. It gives you a little extra dose of anabolic energy to build you up and keep you going when your brain wants to quit. I love my gym ladies because that's what they do for me every morning when I want to stop, quit, give up. My brain starts telling me that I can't do one more rep. I hear Lisa on my left say, "You got it, girl. Get her done." And all of a sudden, I feel a boost of energy that gets me through that lag time, that cognitive dissonance of I can't do one more rep to I can do one more. And then I do one more and I see the results of that new belief. The power of people, the right people for you right now can help you through that lag time of cognitive dissonance as you continue to be the chooser in your life. And you can choose to think something new, believe something new about you, about your situation, about your future, about all of it over and over and over until you start to see the evidence. Make space for that lag time and start looking for the smallest bit of evidence of your new chosen beliefs. And I hope that you will start believing that you truly are enough, just as you are, and can believe what you choose because you can. Take care, everybody. All right, speaking of power of people, is the last day to register for the next opening of Believing in You group coaching program, where your people are waiting to support you through that cognitive dissonance, and where I am there to support you and coach you into believing something new. And as a professional brain reader, I want to show you how your human brain is getting in the way of a new belief. Sometimes it's really hard to believe something new when you aren't completely aware of what you are currently believing, what that limiting belief is. That's where I come in. The groups are small so that we don't have too much of a vulnerability hangover, and spots open every 12 weeks in the membership. So if you miss this opening, that's okay. You'll want to get on the wait list and you will be notified when that next spot is open. Vanessa just starts going down the top of the list. Get your spot today and let's start believing in something new. See you soon.